Hi. Wow, why is it very windy?
Let me put my headphones so I can hear you. I wasn't expecting it. Okay. How about now?
You sound great.
Yay!
So, introduce yourself to the audience.
Hey, this is Arsenette from Ramblin' Regan.
And if you didn't recognize whose voice that was, then you should watch the Final Stage podcast, which is available at youtube.com/222 productions, as well as the Final Stage as well as finalstagepodcast.com and iTunes.
Thanks. And no, I had no idea I was next. All of a sudden, I got a message going, "Oh, okay." I'm like trying to put my headphones on because I'm getting like repeats. So what's up?
Not much. Just having a live stream. The computer crapped on me a couple of times.
And how is that different than any other time?
Because the difference is that on my end, the stream went on and off about 5 times. I don't know if it happened on your end, but uh,
No, it just kept saying, person has stopped streaming, and I was sort of like, gee, this really looks familiar.
oh, it was.
And I was perfectly calm, and I'm sure the disturbance in the force was probably you going.
Let's
It's
just
kind of.
let's just say if it had streamed every time it came back on my end, uh, it would have told a very interesting story in the form of facial expressions.
Nah, it's all right. Besides, we have a really good crowd tonight, so thank you
Yeah,
everyone for being patient.
yeah, a bunch of really good-looking people.
Yeah, it's good
So,
because we have a nice range from vets to brand new people, so I'm excited about that.
yeah.
I love when new people get introduced to it because I'm always interested to see how vastly different it is for them. Because that's usually like, ooh,
Mm,
I've never seen anything like this before. Because
yeah,
that's usually what people have.
yeah. So who won Sasuke?
I'd have to shoot you. Oh man. Oh, I can't do much about any background noise or whatever. I'm not set up with my podcast mic. I'm
it,
using my webcam mic.
it's a well-known fact that New Jersey is a tornado state, so she's dealing with a lot right now.
Well, okay, let me move it away from my tower to see if that works. Is that a little better? The air conditioner hasn't kicked on yet because I usually really complain about that. Either way. No, but anyway, yeah. So we have what, 8 hours and 8 minutes left. Woot! I'm really
Yeah.
looking forward to it because it's just in general, yeah. I'm not gonna give spoilers. Trust me.
Okay.
Besides, I have no idea what's gonna be aired anyway
Yeah.
because it's vastly different. Even from last year, my experience watching it and all of a sudden seeing it on TV, and I'm like, wow, we saw two totally different shows. I guess the magic of television. So I have no idea what this year's gonna look like.
Well, I imagine we're going to see some people fall in the water.
Yes, lots and lots of it.
Yeah. Is there any specific person you're looking forward to seeing on TV format?
I'm so far I've been happy at least with Navi how Naganos is being treated. I think that's important at least from the historic standpoint.
Yes.
So I want to see how that's taken care of, and I think in a lot of ways, people because Morimoto isn't there, they're allowed to do something like that. Um, we'll see because just like every year. There's always surprises from both ends. So I'm curious in how they're going to edit that together. It's also a shorter tournament, so I'm prepared for the chopping hammer. And so like when people were surprised, which runs were shown, I'm like, yeah, they've lost probably I think I think it's at least half hour, 40 minutes, and so I expect that the first stage is going to be breakneck speed again because they have it. He hates the first stage, and it's pretty obvious. So either that or like really, really long, Darvish sections with the A, B, Z, 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 and then all of a sudden you get to the people you really want to watch, and they're either fast forward, you have a picture up, or something, and then we're all throwing stuff at our computers, going no. Yes, I had hoped he was there, and he wasn't, but that was taken last year at the lot, and he's awesome. I wished I had an opportunity to really talk to him that much. Yeah, Ijima was really cool. And so I had wished I had that sign, but they didn't invite him this year, so I'm like, ah. So I thought you'd have. I had a bunch of extra ones, you can tell, because I actually did a video of like all the photos that I took over to Japan, and then realized I'm not gonna put this up. So
Yeah. I'm gonna do it right now.
Yeah.
So actually, I have a question for you.
What's up?
What would so you're on the course. What's the process like of going up to a competitor and asking them to sign one of these photos?
Okay, well, like for example, it was funny because both Mori and Tomo were there, but again, I think I mentioned this in the final stage podcast, which is up on your channel. It was a little bit difficult because depending on how nervous the competitor is, um, it's a little weird walking up to them. Now this year was a little bit different because they remembered me from last year, and again, how many other foreigners are there, and then people that look like me. So this year, sort of like, oh, okay, she brought pictures again, I'll sign them. I mean, Anastas sat down and just signed everything that he possibly could. Same thing with the All Stars, and some of the other ones I couldn't touch because they're similar to like Tomo. Tomo's one of those where he wants to throw up the entire day, so you don't exactly like walk up to them to do that. You could just kind of have to. Oh, we lost the stream.
No, I'm still going.
It says video was interrupted. The streamer stopped streaming.
Really? Because
Oh,
it's
okay, there we go. It's back up. It's really weird how that did that. But yeah,
that's weird.
so again, he knew obviously because I did the interview with him last year, between right before the third stage. So we recognized each other, and it's like, hey, how you doing, or whatever. So it was a little bit different because this year most people walked up to me. So the ones that I had a lot of the signatures for, they came up to me because they knew that I had the photos. Because in general, I try asking before I get to the tournament, so um, it is not like weird. Because again, they're not used to this. So last year was a whole bunch of translation, like, what is this for? And yeah, I'm not sure about that. Will I get in trouble by TBS? And then this year's like, pictures, where are they? Can I have them? I couldn't get Kong because Kong was constantly in and out of the course. And then you have security takes security was different this year, like a lot stricter. So they had a lot more sections that were cordoned off. Like for example, last year you can get completely underneath the final tower. In fact, I sat there for half the day. You couldn't even get near it this year. So they had that entire section cordoned off, and so I couldn't get around with that. So I spent most of the time like in the food court area slash where they sell the t-shirts slash registration area. And yeah, that was again last year. I didn't get Rios this year. I didn't get Matachi's. And yeah, the the funny thing about the photo with this.
Yeah. So my contacts were bothering me, so I decided to
Hi gozaimasu.
Hi.
That's okay. We kept the stream busy.
Oh wait, hold on. Don't say anything.
Sure.
Okay. Hey, Arsenette, we're back connected.
Hi gozaimasu.
Yeah.
That's good morning.
Yeah,
It's good morning somewhere.
yeah. Probably in Japan or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, it's 10:34 a.m.
There you go. That was so yeah, my contacts were bothering me, so I decided to take them out and replace them with my glasses so I can still see. Cause right now I'm not wearing my let me give you an idea, everyone, of just how poor my eyesight is. So this is it's basically my arm is the length from me to the computer. I can't see the chat on the screen at all. I see mostly white with like some like a little bit of black, but I can't read it. Like even I can't even guess at what you're saying. That's,
Interesting. So you're farsighted.
yes. No, I'm
Wait, nearsighted.
I'm nearsighted. Yeah.
Nearsighted.
Yeah.
I'm not that bad. Okay, no, I take that back. I am that bad. I just tried doing the same thing. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. So
Green and gone. I still see everything. Yeah. So yeah, I have everything. I have everything.
now
Referenced, so I won't get screwed up.
they're
Oh.
referring to the photo.
Oh, okay. There we go. Yeah, that's about a good 25 seconds. Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite.
So I gotta give Reef Man a lot of props because his basically, for lack of a better phrase, his adoptive family, the family of his girlfriend slash soon to be fiance type thing, they were all there again, and they instantly recognized us, and that was part of it. Again, we were like the group that recognized each other all kind of stuck together, and it just happened to be that they were the more famous people. And
Right.
no, that's not Kishimoto. That is Anastas Ragivaru. Most people know him as Wreathman. So, yes, and it was. And for the record, he did bring the wreath for this tournament.
Well,
So,
it's in his profile shot. So
yeah. Oh, I can tell you a story about that. Stop me if I've already said it. Did I say anything about how Dakota looks on his photo, his official photo?
no.
Okay, good. Okay. So during the day, I would say like they try to grab as many of the people to get their official photos. So you have the big main camera taking photos, and they stand all in the same place. So, and of course, everybody's running all over the place, so it's like trying to herd cats. So finally, when they noticed that the All Stars had their numbers on, where they started changing their clothes, that they were going to be running in and not just their regular stuff, they started pulling them over, going, "Okay, you guys are the last ones. I need to get your freaking photographs so that we can put that on the main list." So like, okay, so Takeda, of course, is first, and he has the the sneer, like um like you would, if you were to see him, he would have his arms crossed and looking mean. And so I started cracking and says, "Smile, stupid." And so he looks over because, of course, he has no idea what the heck I'm talking about because he does not speak English. And I put my fingers up against the corners of my mouth and did smile. Shingo figured it out, and then he told him in Japanese, "She wants you to smile. Everybody hates your smirk," or something to that effect. I have to ask Yube because Yube was there with me. So he starts cracking up. So the smirk is the beginning of him starting to laugh. So then I get this really evil look from the person that's taking the photo. Like, you're totally. So I'm like, oh god. So Shingo goes next, and Shingo has the yeah look on his photo. So Nagano taps me on the shoulder, jumps over the barricade, gets to where he's gonna take the photo, and he does this huge yawn because he was exhausted. This is, I don't know, I guess like 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock p.m. And so everybody starts laughing, and then so the guy again that's taking the photo is getting really upset about this, going, can you guys really concentrate? And then so finally he, takes the photo, and then Takano wasn't happy with Nagano, so they're like, do it again! So he takes it, and then he does the yawn again. He goes, okay, fine, that's gonna work, and then he packs the camera and leaves. And then we all get together, we start laughing for like 10 minutes. So then I asked Nagano to do it again, because I didn't take, at that point, I carried my iPhone with me, so then I took a picture of him doing it again. So he turned around and he goes, wait, he knows me, it's Arsenette. So it's Arsenette. And then so I turn around and and then he goes, the big yawn across the face. I'm like, that would have been epic, but of course that the TBS guy was on his last nerve. That wasn't gonna happen.
All right, that's pretty funny actually.
Alright, yes, we miss you, Morimoto. Anyway, go ahead and pick up somebody else, because Lord
Yeah.
knows that I will talk forever. And
Yeah.
thank you for calling. And hopefully your stream hangs in there, so
Yeah.
yay!
We'll see if that actually happens.
Okie doke. Alright, so I'll talk to you soon, and thank you for calling.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Enjoy Sasuke.
Yes, will do. Talk
All
to you
right.
later.
All right. Goodbye. All right. This is actually a really inconvenient setup, given I can't reach the keyboard very well. Uh, all right. Let's grab someone else. Let's grab this person. Okay.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can the chat hear me?
I don't
We'll
know.
find out in like 30 seconds when the delay hits.
Okay. Let's. I can raise my speaker volume.
Oh wait, never mind. I thought Josh was saying, "Am I Mike Bernardo?" And I thought that was funny, and I didn't realize that he was in the
Oh shit, he is in the chat. All right.
language.
Oh. Oh fuck. I'm kidding. Anyway, that actually might legit be the first time I said the F word on my YouTube channel. Sorry
To
about
be
that.
fair, I've never heard you swear, so that's new.
That's really even in our conversation during National Ninja League.
Yeah, I don't think we swore.
Really,
Yeah.
that's more uncommon than you would know, because casual talking me and professional talking me is
Right.
quite different most of the time. So anyway,
Yeah,
introduce.
I've been living at my parents' house for the last 2 months, and it's sort of trying to get that transition back to speaking like a civil human being, and not like a sailor.
Right. Okay. So anyway, introduce yourself to the chat, please.
Anyway, I am Alex Cunningham, also known as That One User. You may know me from such things as the National Ninja League, Proto Sasuke, the kid in the red hoodie marking out over Amber Holbrook.
All right. So how you doing?
Yes, I am doing well. How are you?
I'm all right now. We'll see, depending on how well this holds up.
Fingers crossed. By the way, I'm actually on a wired internet connection this year, so I'm not gonna. At least on my end, we're not gonna have problems this year.
That's good.
Because I know it was a disaster last year.
Yep, could have been better. So, Um. All right. There's been a lot of crazy stuff lately, in regards to like Sasuke and all that. But let's rewind a little bit. So, what was your first exposure to Sasuke or Ninja Warrior back in the day?
So I actually had the same story that you had. I watched Viking before I
Ah,
watched Ninja Warrior. Actually,
good.
I was going on Wikipedia to see if it had a Wikipedia page, and this is about the later stages of 2006. And somebody had made a Wikipedia for Makoto Nagano, and I'm like, wow, a Viking competitor has his own Wikipedia page?
For good reason.
Side note for Mike, I will reverse your rock bottom into a stone cold stunner.
That's not
And
good.
then everyone will be like, buy gold! And then I'll pin you. And you will be sad. Anyway, then I was reading Nagano's Wikipedia, and at this point, Viking had been more popular because it was on ESPN2. And it had said at the very bottom, Nagano also became champion in Ninja Warrior's 17th season. I'm like, Ninja Warrior, what's that? So I looked into it, and that was 10 years ago. I am super old.
Okay. So with Sasuke 32 this year, we have one of the big surprises is the return of the conveyor belt in stage 2.
Yes.
What's your thoughts on that?
You know, it worries me a little that it's coming right after the backstream. I'm worried that there might be obviously we would have known by now if somebody, got electrocuted to death on it, but it worries me a little bit that it's coming right after the backstream and might get wet. I know in Sasuke 8 they had to turn it off because of the monsoon that was occurring at the time.
Oh, right. Yeah, I didn't even think of that at the time. Yeah, so yeah, it will be interesting. I imagine people will actually find the conveyor belt harder this time around because they just did the backstream and everything, and stage 2 is at its longest point right now.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that, and I heard it was faster this year.
Ah, that makes it
So
even harder.
exactly. That's not by any means official. I think somebody just mentioned during the Navi that
Even
they heard it was faster, so that's
yeah, even if it was
that.
same speed, it'd be harder just because of its placement and what's before it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
All right,
So maybe we'll have our second ever Gyakso conveyor fail.
right, yeah. So that'll be interesting to see. Um, so what of the new obstacles? What has you most interested right now?
My creativity tinges are tingling, whatever. Because for those of you who follow Pro Sasuke, we're currently undergoing a course renewal. And I was hoping to have more obstacles to steal, not gonna lie. But the moving up and down cliffhanger, I think, is gonna be really interesting to see if that throws the competitors off or if it just turns out to be, a wash. And I think right after that, the vertical limit is going to be absolutely brutal.
Yeah, that I think what makes the ultimate crazy cliffhanger so interesting with the moving part is that supposedly they have to move to the vertical limit as the cliffhanger is still moving. So
Right.
that'll make things extra interesting.
Yeah, when I admittedly have known for some time that there was a moving section on it. I was just under the impression that it was part of the crossing. Like, I mean, you crossed over to it. I didn't realize that you actually had to jump to the moving ledge. So that really changes things.
Yeah, I didn't realize it moved either. Apparently, most people did originally. Um, yeah, so that's very interesting. It's not often you get moving obstacles in Sasuke these days.
Certainly not. We have, I think, the most ever now with 3, right? We have the music box, the
Right.
conveyor, and now the cliffhanger.
That is a good point. That is a good point. I didn't even realize that. Um, yeah. This is yeah, actually, it's a really good point. It's a really good point. So yeah, I'm trying to think. What I mean, there was that. What was it? Sasuke. Was it Sasuke 14 that you had the spinning cones as the first obstacle?
Yes.
Okay.
But
There-
that was the first tournament with the metal spin, though. So they had just got
Yeah,
rid of the.
that is true. So, yeah, this is probably. I'm trying to think.
Maybe someday we'll have a stage with just moving parts. So you have the cone
That'd be
jump,
interesting.
and then the hedgehog, music box, propeller bars, Yaxo conveyor,
I'm
and
trying to.
then the evil
Oh,
cliffhanger.
actually, I just remembered. Stage 2 had multiple moving parts because you had that rock climbing wall that you had to go up. You had the spider walk, which had
Right.
a elevator portion. You had the hammer dodge. You had
Yeah.
you had the conveyor belt,
And
and
then the propeller bars.
you had the
on
propeller
side.
bars. So yeah, there was a bunch of moving stuff, and also was the rapid descent. Did that still have the spinning log at that point?
I think that was only for the first tournament.
Okay. So, but even still, I think Sasuke 2 might have the record for most moving parts then.
Wait, wasn't the propeller bars in Sasuke 1?
Propeller bars was in multiple
Yeah,
Sasuke's.
because Sasuke 1's third stage was the pole bridge, propeller bars, and the Hariyama. So, such a. I realize it's been like 19 years now. Where's my math? But the evolution of the third stage from that 3 obstacle third stage,
Yeah.
and we had like the chain swing.
You
or
had
hang moves.
you had the pole vault.
Gotta love the old pole vault. Remember the guy in Sasuke 4 who overshot it?
Yeah,
That was fun.
that was fun.
We had the Sasuke 5 cliffhanger, the dropout zone.
Right, right.
And then Sasuke 9 actually is when they made all those changes to it. And Nagano, speaking of Nagano, in his first ever time in the third stage, beat all those new obstacles that no one had ever seen before, and he was the first to attempt them.
Yeah, yeah. That's probably another good reason why people noticed him.
Yeah, absolutely. Sasuke 9, he really came on the scene, and I've discussed this before with some people, but in today's day and age, we may never have even seen Nagano, because like now that Sasuke is so popular, if you failed the warped wall twice in a row, there's a good chance that you're not going to get invited back. And Nagano had enough promise with his speed that he was invited back for a third tournament, and he wound up beating the warped wall, and obviously became the hero that we know and love today.
Yeah. By the way, before we continue, I actually got a message from Bernardo that his computer crashed, and he just wanted me to let you know that it's all your fault.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay. One thing you may not have known about me is that actually I can crash people's computers. So that whole crashing thing earlier, that was just me messing with you. So you should be good now.
all right, you heard it here first. Alex just admitted he's a hacker. So I
No,
shall.
not a hacker. I have mind control.
I'm
of
going
any
to be
computer in the world.
contacting the FBI and letting them know your location so that they could deal with you swiftly and justly,
Okay.
so we can get the menace off the street.
Okay.
By the way,
Good deal.
I have a question.
Sure.
So, National Ninja League, you did some announcing.
Yes.
I was there, not doing as much announcing as you were.
I'm aware of this. You were right
Uh,
next to me the whole time.
I know. Funny about that.
Yeah.
So, what was that experience like for you doing something like that for such a long amount of time?
You know, honestly, that was so much fun. I don't know how many people know this, but I, for 5 years, actually broadcast my high school's football games on the
Oh,
internet, similar to how the National Ninja League was. So when the National Ninja League started up, I talked to Chris and I'm like, hey, I want to do this live stream. We did one for Pro Ninja Weekend, which is coming up hopefully next month. Really hoping to make it out there again.
is that next month?
Well, it should be in August. It just now occurred to me, for what it's worth. So
Huh,
we'll
okay.
see. And it was a complete disaster. We did it for the qualifier in Columbus at Michelle's gym in October,
Yeah, I saw that
and
one.
that went a little bit better. And then, thankfully, uh, thankfully it went a lot better for February, and I was very lucky to have a lot of people tweeting out the link. We had 100 viewers on day one, only 50 on day two, but still very glad that we had a lot of viewers. A lot of people were really thankful that they got to see their favorite ninjas, and some family members got to see people's runs. So I just saw the Takeda Bowflex picture.
Hey.
No wonder he has so many muscles.
Yeah, it's a very muscly dude.
Yes. And but overall it was just so much fun. In case you couldn't tell, I really like hearing the sound of my own voice. So getting to hear the sound of my own voice for 12 hours is always a pleasure. But just working with some of the ninjas, such a great group of guys. James McGrath came up and helped for a little while.
Yeah, that was
Such
cool.
an awesome guy. I've had the chance to meet James McGrath on several occasions, and just over the moon, can't say how nice of a guy he is. Ryan Stratus came up with us as well a little bit, and Mike Bernardo was there. Drew Dreschel was there for a little bit as well.
Yeah.
You were there.
Yeah, it was.
You commented with us a good chunk of the first part that the audio didn't work. The audio didn't even work until heat number 3, but thankfully we got that fixed for the runs that people were really watching.
Okay. Well, yeah, glad I could help, even though the effort was completely wasted.
I appreciate it nevertheless.
Okay. Just before we move on, is there any kind of final words that you want to say? Any final things you're looking forward to with Sasuke 32?
Yes, Konguzen Seiha.
That'd be really interesting. So anyway, thank you for joining us, Alex.
Of course, always a pleasure.
Yeah, and enjoy Sasuke.
Thank you.
Yep.
Oh, and one more thing. Everyone in chat, right now, go on to Twitter. If you don't have a Twitter, get a Twitter. Wait, am I still on?
Yeah, no, you're still on. Go ahead.
Okay. Wasn't sure. Everyone, right now, if you have a Twitter, go on to Twitter. If you don't have a Twitter, get a Twitter. Tweet at Chris Wilczewski and ask him when National Ninja League Season 2 is, because he is not returning my texts.
Well, I guess you would. He told me there's going to be a second season, so.
Well, I've known that there's supposed to be a second season,
Yeah.
but like I've been texting him, like trying to get a stream schedule set up for Season 2, and I guess he's just been really busy with that vacation that he's on or something, and because like ever since Philly, he's been out on an extended leave of absence. But right now, go to Twitter, ask him when Season 2 is. We're gonna figure this out.
It's also worth mentioning that you should politely ask him because
Yes.
otherwise.
With respect and dignity, because I value my friendship with Chris Wilczewski, and I do not want to ruin that.
Okay.
All right. I'll let somebody else get on. So
All right.
thank you again for having me. Enjoy Sasuke, everyone.
Yay. All right. See you later.
Peace.
Bye. All right. That was fun. So, just a reminder, if you want to be a part of the show, you can. Especially if, you know, you may have been on TV at some point. Just saying.